Hello, this is Professor Roderick, and I am going to be an instructor for Econ 3010 Managerial Economics. I'm looking forward to a wonderful semester with you. So let's get started with a brief intro to this class, and I'm going to discuss, elaborate on the expectations and learning tips on this class. So let's get started. So here are the contact. This is where my office is, and here is the contact. And I do prefer email instead of using the inbox on Canvas. Reason is with this email, it is easy to do screenshot rather than doing that on Canvas. You have to save the picture and then upload the picture or whatever. But here it is just copy and paste on Gmail. So that's what I prefer. And if you email me after 9 o'clock, say after 9 o'clock in the night, uh, please spare me some patience. I will probably respond morning of the other day. Okay, so normally I will respond to you in 2 business days to the maximum. If you don't hear me back, feel free to send me a follow-up email to double check. Could be that the email gets sunk or whatever. Okay, so this rule applies to me, applies to the TA. And I'm gonna hold my office hour on Zoom Wednesday and Friday, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. or by appointment. And required text is this. You don't have to worry too much about the information because it has been embedded into a Canvas as inclusive access, which is right here. Okay, so it is required because we're going to utilize this Connect, which is a learning platform where you're going to do all your assignments there. Okay, so that's this. And a brief introduction of this class is that it is to apply economic theory, principle, and methods to manage management problems and strategic planning. The central premise of this course is that a sound understanding of economic principle and a strong ability to apply economic methods can make a significant difference in managerial decision making and ultimately in the performance of the firm, which is potentially beneficial to your career in the long run. Broad topics covered include basic microeconomic theory and its application to business strategy and the economics of organizations. Okay, so you will expect it to master how to understand fundamental economic theory at both an intuitive and technical level and be able to apply economic reasoning to managerial problem solving and strategic planning. And how do we realize that? The first one is to train you to be familiarized with fundamental principle and tools associated with each major functional area of business. And how we do that is through reading assignments. So for each week, you're going to have a reading assignment, a problem set, and a quiz. Problem set, you have 3 attempts. Quiz, you have 2. Okay, so I believe everybody deserves a second chance. So don't worry too much if the first attempt your performance is not that ideal. You can utilize the future attempts to improve. But before that, you're supposed to read through, okay, the textbook, which is guided by the reading assignment. Okay. Um, so that's this. And second, we possess the technical and analytical skills generally used to facilitate decision making in complex environment. So that is done by the training of problem sets and then the testing by quiz. Okay, so because it is a 7-week condensed semester and the school business as well as university has um, regulated that we should not lessen the content and lower the requirement, the standard for a shortened semester. Therefore, you are expected to insert double the effort in the regular 14-week semester. So each week you're expected to spend 12 to 15 focused hours. Okay. And for I'm doing my best on my part. What I did was I understand people may be traveling. There are things happening in summer, very likely. So what I'm doing is I've already posted all those materials on Canvas. Okay, so you can be master of yourself. You can make decision of the time, right? So you can like if you can foresee on week two you're gonna have a travel. On week one you can maybe spend more time to do the week two's work ahead of time. So on week two you can put uh, the hassle of homework and stuff to bed. Okay, so that's this. And then let me talk about how the timeline is. So my due days are Wednesday and Friday, and also my office hours and TA's office hours, and they're here. And everything is organized on module. So that's where you should go for materials. Okay. So here, in the first week, I give you a little leeway. I understand people may need a little more time to get on the track. So Wednesday is reading assignment, and Friday is due day for problem set and quiz. But starting from the second week, we do reading assignment and problem set on Wednesday and quiz on Friday. The reason is I would like to, first you need to read through the textbook to learn the material, and then you need to practice the application of that by doing the problem set. And eventually we have the quiz to test it. So that's basically the thoughts for the arrangement. And for the learning of each chapter, you're not by yourself. Okay, so I have arranged the overview, which is a summary of the main content main knowledge points that we have done for each chapter. And more importantly is this assignment guidance that I post for each chapter. So what is happening there is I have created a Word document in which I have those more detailed summary of the knowledge points and hints, key clues, right? And key problems summarized there and key solutions. And I have created certain table to facilitate your understanding to make the comparison more clearer. And I recommend that you go through those before doing your problem set and quiz, or use them as a reference for doing your problem set and quiz. And those are open book. So feel free to utilize those materials. And I do have videos. So the video is put there by the sequence of the reading, the assignment guidance, as well as sample questions. So for the sample questions that I use, okay, those are actual examples to help you to digest, um, and you can practice by yourself. Canvas is always super slow with those. And those are actually screenshots that I took from my video. So you're more than welcome to refer to my video, and I've created many for each chapter for the most important parts. So basically the video is as if I am teaching you in person. Okay. So that's arrangement. And I do give people leeways. I understand things can happen. So automatically for each assignment, you're gonna have 2 days um, grace period. Okay. So for instance, reading assignment one is due on Wednesday, but the final deadline technically is Friday. But since our office hours are during the weekdays, if you decided to detain, right, to put it off and do the problem set during the weekend, it's possible that you will not get access to people's help. That's a warning. Okay. So make sure that I do recommend, that's why I set those deadlines on weekdays and have our office hours on weekdays with the hope that we do those, punctually and get our help in a reasonable time mechanism, time frame. So that is the idea. And do have some, so here is TA's office hour, and I do have that also here, course introduction, TA's office hour. Okay. We are more than happy to help you. Okay. So reading assignments 5%, problem sets 10%, quiz 15%, exam 135, exam 235. And I reserve the right to adjust those percentage um, to your benefit. Okay. Uh, and I I have a reputation to be a pretty understanding professor. But one thing that will definitely be helpful is that if you can, uh, if you have any foreseeable event that may make you, miss the deadline, let me know ahead of time. Okay. And it will be more difficult, say, if someone show up in the final week and discuss about the problem that they missed in the first week. Um, the reason for that is those content are built like chain up. Economics sometimes it is similar to math, right? So you missed the chain, then for the later part it will be difficult to catch up. And I would prefer if people can, you missed it in the first week, and on Wednesday you figure out you missed certain things. On the Wednesday of the second week, you figure out you missed certain things on the first week. You contact me and I open the assignment for you to do, and you made up for the first week, and for the second week, you are equipped with enough knowledge to go on, right? So just do not leave the problem to the last minute. Okay. So that's basic the idea, and I hope my class can help you to the best extent. I'm thinking of making some adjustment to increase the weight of problem set and quiz. I still prefer to have a higher still prefer to have a higher weight uh, on everyday effort rather than just effort in one shot. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I will post the updated assignment to updated, I'm sorry, syllabus to Canvas, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful semester with you. Thank you. Bye-bye.